friggin' bienvenidos, and welcome to another edition of Über Cinco, the podcast game show where we deep dive top fives. My name is Nathan Hennenfent. I'll be your host for today, where our contestants will reveal and defend their top 5 disastrous chain restaurant meals. We'll be looking at meals that lack the convenience of fast food but have all the same nutritional values. Our first connoisseur today is the main entity, Brian Ernst. Welcome, Brian.
Hello, I am so sad I don't have any of these meals in front of me so that we can do a second episode about the aftermath of said meals.
And taking on Brian is Mitch Brinkman. Welcome to you, Mitch.
Thank you. Yes, I am, today is like just gluttony day for me. So I've worn my shirt that's torn open. My chest is extra space. I've got, a big hat, which I like to party in. You guys know this, the Oscoda Yacht Club hat. It's just north of Detroit on the river. Well, it used to be. It's dead now. It's a dead yacht club. So big hat and a bigger cocktail here in my hand. So I'm ready to roll. Yep, whatever happens, I'm dealing with it, and I'll be happy. So,
like Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
If Mitch has the big hat on, you know you're in for a long evening.
These meals, when you're done, your stomach is utterly bankrupt, just like the city of Detroit was very recently. So.
Slam on Detroit.
Woo!
It's getting sad now.
Zingers, yes!
All right, if this is your first foray into the den, or if you need a friendly reminder, let's wake you out of hibernation with a quick rundown of the rules. Each player in the den has spent time with today's topic, arranging their top 5 answers in order of importance. Those answers have been submitted to the host, who will moderate the game, awarding points to the player with the most poignant answer.
Starting with their number 5 choice, we'll move up the ranks until we reach each of their top answers. But if both contestants happen to have the same answer on their list, well, we have an Über Cinco.
You will hear the official Über Cinco siren, and both players must reveal their answer and what number they ranked their submission. An Uber stare down is all or nothing, with one player earning 3 points. After all answers have been read, the host will reveal the final score.
Of course, I'm entitled to a house rule, and at 2 points during the show, I will be presenting our contestants with a bonus question, 2 bonus questions about my own personal traumatic experiences in chain restaurants. 3 points to anybody who provides a correct answer. And remember, you can join in on the fun. If you have a topic or Fast 5 you would like covered on the show, head over to bizbear.biz, send it our way. You might just hear it on a future episode. Don't forget to stick around to the end for my Fast 5, where I, Nathan Hennenfent, will rattle off my definitive list of the top 5 secretaries of all time. Secretaries of all time. Mitch, I got my list. It's there. Mitch, you won the pre-show root beer float chugging contest, so you can go first. Please, your number 5.
My number 5 is a classic mash-em-up of a quintessential American dish with quintessential American food lab engineering ingenuity. Say that, but engineering ingenuity. So this is 2 types of foods. They're coming together. They're blasting together, literally. And it is Cheesecake Factory's Buffalo Blasts. Woo! Okay, so basically, you've got, buffalo wings is quintessentially American, invented in Buffalo, New York, at the Anchor Bar. A bunch of businessmen were in late. They were drunk. They were hungry. The owner had just leftover chicken. He threw the bad parts in the fryer. Boom, buffalo wings. What Cheesecake Factory has done is they told their scientists in the food lab, guys, let's knock this shit out of the ballpark. We need a new appy. So what they did is they took buffalo chicken, they mixed it with a little cheese in there and sauce, and they put it in breading. So it looks like sort of like a triangular, almost like a chicken tender. Only, of course, if all your chicken tenders are triangular, don't eat them because that's obviously overly processed. But what I like about this is it's not just we're making chicken O's, or it's just ground up chicken parts in an O shape. This is multiple flavors inside, and this is an incredible appetizer. I can never say no to these when I'm at the Cheesecake Factory. And everyone knows their portions are enormous, almost as large as their menu. And so even though my meal is going to be giant, and caloric, and you know it because their chain and their corporates, they put all the calories right next to the dishes, which is one of the worst ideas ever in food policy. Well, maybe it helps some people be more present about it, but like, just leave them off, please. I'm always going to have the Buffalo Blast before the meal, no matter what. This is one of the appetizers where like, I'm going to finish it. I'm not leaving anything behind, because as with most appetizers, they're not great reheated the next day. Like, nobody wants a cream cheese wonton the next day. No one wants an egg roll the next day. And there won't be any Buffalo Blast the next day because I'm eating them all. So there it is, my number 5.
When was the last time you were at a cheesecake factory?
Well, of course, COVID, but the last time I was there was my birthday 2 years ago. My birthday's on New Year's Eve. And normally I don't really care to celebrate my birthday. Birthdays to me are like, yeah, you're alive another year. I'm sure I've said that numerous times on this podcast before. But Danny, my wonderful girlfriend, was going through her rolled top desk, and she's like, oh my God, I just found this treasure trove of old Cheesecake Factory gift cards that I've got over the years that I've never used, because who willingly goes to Cheesecake Factory? So we had stacks of cheese cash on us. We went down to the factory. I got Buffalo Blast. I got teriyaki beef. We got Mai Tais. It was a wonderful, and then tiramisu to bring home as well. So it set my birthday off right.
Which branch was this that you were at?
Hancock. Almost said Water Tower. Hancock Tower.
See, that's what I wanted to get to. The Cheesecake Factory in the Hancock Tower is famous, very famous, because it was the last meal of Chris Farley was in that Cheesecake Factory.
Really?
And then he went up into his condominium in the Hancock Center and had a very dangerous and deadly evening. But yeah, he had his last meal in that particular branch of the Cheesecake Factory. So I don't know where I was going with that.
Fun podcast!
Yeah, it's not exactly a lighthearted fact, but it is true. So
it is a fact.
Infotainment, everybody. Infotainment.
Did you take the factory tour, Mitch? Did you take the factory tour?
I have never taken the factory tour. No,
you're missing out.
I know.
There's so much metal that goes into making cheesecake. You wouldn't believe it.
Oh God! And also at that one at the Hancock Tower, the awning and the ceiling is like all like brushed brass or something, or pounded brass or smacked brass. I don't know. It's some kind of brass that's shiny and it's got some nice shapes to it. It's very beautiful.
This is for those who are listening from outside of Chicago. The Hancock Center it's a 100-story building. It's one of the tallest buildings in America up on North Michigan Avenue, and I worked in that building for 2 years, and I ate at that Cheesecake Factory 0 times, and it is one of the biggest regrets of my life. Not even one slice of cheesecake. I couldn't even order pickup and taking it to my desk.
You can go back.
I failed.
It's not like a...
But I literally hated that job so much. I would be like driving, like it could be a Saturday afternoon, and I'm driving along the expressway, and like I see the Hancock Center, this monolith, and I would just be like, oh God. So like I hate that building so much now, even though it has the best view in the city. Signature Lounge, that's the right name, right? Yeah,
that's true.
On the 95th floor, head up there, have a cocktail, or you can go down to the basement of the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. And another thing that I love about these Buffalo Blasts is that they're spicy, but not too spicy. And
I was going to ask you about the spice level because I have a very tender palate, so I was curious about the buffalo-ness.
No, Brian, you can definitely get in on these. Next time we're there together, we'll split an order, or we'll each get our own order. I'm not sure yet, but of course. The breading is wonderful, and it's a great way to start your meal. But of course, like when you're stuffing deep fried breading, spice, protein, and dairy in your stomach, it doesn't always mix well with Mai Tais and teriyaki beef. But it is a great way to start. You are in heaven until the entree shows up.
We have a lot of mixture of deep fried and alcohol and dairy today, so don't worry.
That is a given. That is a given. Yeah.
with that in mind, let's move on to our next deep fried dish. Brian, please, your number 5.
It is deep fried. This is the number on my list that you can only get while you're on a road trip. Of course, I'm talking about the classic Cracker Barrel, the home of the golf tee peg game at your table. This is where you get your fried chicken and a side of fried apples. I remember seeing the name of this dish the first time when I was a kid and being so confused about what is chicken fried chicken. It's chicken. It's deep fried chicken. Everybody. That was the spoiler. It's Sunday home-style chicken, but it's topped with sawmill gravy, baby. And it's served with your choice of 2 or 3 country sides. And, of course, those hand-rolled buttermilk biscuits. Or corn muffins if you're feeling frisky. And guess what? They serve everything with real butter. Wow. Now, this meal right here with the chicken fried chicken and, of course, being covered in the country gravy, this is enough calories for a combined like Amish farmer and Olympic swimmer. Mm-hmm. You're packing a lot before you get back on the road.
That's such a great combination.
I mean, there's a conversation had at the table between everyone about should you or should you not get this dish? And everyone tells you no, but you get it anyway because you have to say you had the chicken fried chicken for stories like this in case you end up on a podcast. Sure. And then you're guaranteed to have to stop on that road trip again because there is no way you're getting to your destination without cracking some porcelain. Yeah. This is really, really, really not setting you up for success on the start of your road trip. But it's called chicken fried chicken. How American is that? Okay. Go ahead.
What you just described sounds like me on a road trip when I was 7 and my parents were like, we're stopping for gas, snacks and drinks, whatever. And I'd get like a 2 32-ounce Gatorades. And they're like, Mitchell, you have a tiny bladder. You also wet the bed every night. Are you sure you want to get that 32-ounce Gatorade? I'm like, yeah, no, I'll be fine. I will be absolutely fine. I'm thirsty and I will chug this whole thing in 10 minutes. 25 minutes later, I'm asking them to stop, and my parents got so sick of it that I had to just recycle the Gatorade bottles. So I got, right? Yes. That was by my own choice. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a hero here. I see a problem. I'm going to provide a solution. And that's what I did. So
how honorable.
We made pretty good time. So.
Did your dad at least give you a courtesy when a bump was coming up?
Every now and again.
That is the Midwestern dad dream, as long as we're making good time.
Yeah,
exactly. As long as we're making good time.
Exactly.
And of course, it's the chicken fried chicken, but you cannot forget the fried apples, which is just basically apple pie without the crust in a little dish that they give you along with every meal at Cracker Barrel.
Are they crunchy or are they soft still?
They're soft. They're like the peak dessert at a nursing home.
Oh,
that's like that's what everybody would want to have as their dessert every night. But of course, they can't get fried apples every night.
Yeah.
And Esther and Hector are all pissed off in the corner because they're not getting it. But this is the kind of dessert that is.
Well, Cracker Barrel is kind of nursing
first
home.
And then douse them in sugar?
No, you just put them in the oven just like you would, just cover in brown sugar, butter, and apples, and you just bake that shit without a crust.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then it's baked apples. It's not fried apples.
They call it fried apples, but it's just baked apples.
He's reading from the menu here. It's very nursing home like. There's 2 things about the Cracker Barrel that stick out to mind for me. Is the smell. They've got that wooden smell. They really have gone all out because they got the big fireplaces. They got the wicker furniture. You can sit in a rocking chair when you wait for your name to be called. I mean, that's a nice touch. And in every Cracker Barrel, they have an inordinately large gift shop. Yes. Which has only things that your grandmother who is not alive anymore would buy. Like, they're like frumpy sweatshirts with like a cherry tree on it. And it says like family is everything. Or like it's
and a display of long stick hard candy in 24 different flavors. 3 for $1. It makes no sense why you're getting this.
They sell like racks of CDs that are like the best of Patsy Cline. And it's just...
all the best of albums you fell asleep to on the infomercials in the 90s. Like, that's what they still sell.
Who is actually buying anything at a Cracker Barrel gift shop?
My entire collection of Pat Boone albums have come from Cracker Barrel. So,
and they also, you can never go to a Cracker Barrel on a Wednesday because that is chicken pot pie day. It's only served once a week. Everyone like congregates to their nearby Cracker Barrel. For
who is everyone? People like chicken pot pie that much?
That's a thing. The chicken pot pie at Cracker Barrel is a staple, and it's one day a week.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm off next Wednesday, so I'm ready. All right, I'm
Find our
gonna
nearest highway out of the city.
I'm gonna score this round. You both have hit restaurants that I despise, but also wish I went to more. So that's an odd combination. So Mitch, I was only gonna give you 2 points, but since you went to the exact location where the beloved Chris Farley went, you're gonna get the full 3. Yes. And then chicken fried chicken is something that's been ordered by friend of the show and somebody who we spent a fun weekend with a couple years ago. International corn husking champion Frank Hennenfent loves the chicken fried chicken. So I'm going to be a conduit for my beloved Uncle Frank. I'm sure he would give Brian 3 points there. So we'll start off with a perfect round there. Mitch, we're going to go back to you for your number 4.
Wow. My number 4 is a really nice item, and that is Chili's Southwestern egg roll. Oh! What? Do we have the same?
I have it as part of a meal. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Brian went with something from Chili's, and he does mention this exact item. Brian, in your own words and in your own time and in your own space, please, what did you put your number 4 as?
The Chili's Triple Dipper. This is the meal made of appetizers where I get the big mouth bites, the Southwestern egg rolls, and the honey chipotle chicken crispers with bottomless strawberry lemonade. That is my Chili's order. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll go back to Mitch. Mitch, it was your turn. You have the right of first refusal here. Please tell us about your number 4 selection.
My number 4, I always order, later. I might actually get like 2 orders of them just because this is kind of like one of the few things I liked at Chili's. Because, Chili's it's made off site and brought on, cut out of a plastic bag and reheated.
You don't know that.
Yeah, no, I do. Okay. Again, what I love is a mashup of 2 different culinary worlds. You got Southwest Tex-Mex, you got like Chinese food, boom, slam them together. What do you got? You got black beans, you got corn, you got peppers, and you got delicious creamy dipping sauce for them. Again, strawberry lemonade, pretty good. I could probably do like half a cup of that if you mix it with some club soda, throw some vodka in there. I could probably do that.
Half a cup? I go through like 6 refills. How do you, half a cup?
It's very sweet. It's a little too sweet.
Oh, that's right. You can't even finish a fucking Snickers. I forgot.
It's too much for me from your dollar store. Me, have a cup of lemonade.
Continue.
I don't even know where to go with that one. I just,
what a strange insult.
Like Snickers.
You can't finish a Snickers or a lemonade? What kind of man are you?
That's never been in any archaic definition of masculinity I could remember.
Actually, Brian, if you want to know the truth, between ages like 7 and 10, my dad would take my brother and I to Chili's. And if I didn't finish my strawberry lemonade, my dad would hold my head down in it. So he'd just pour it on the table and hold my face down in it and make me finish it. So it's kind of like a triggering thing for me. And he would smash my face in it. So thank you very much. Kind of why I don't do strawberry lemonade anymore.
Fine.
But yeah, so these are great. The one thing that I actually like at Chili's, I like it hot. I like it room temp and even cold. I've made them cold on the way out to the car. When I ordered
on the way out to the car, you're in the parking lot. You're walking to the parking lot, eating the Chili's food.
This is
who broke up with you that day?
No, I was in
his
college
dad when he shoved his face in the lemonade.
I was in college and I'd been out with friends and we drinking. We stopped by Chili's after a movie. I was hungry and so I got 3 orders. And I didn't finish all 3 orders in the restaurant, so I brought leftovers with me, just little handheld, walking snack out to the car. So
you've redeemed yourself with 3 orders of egg rolls. I'm so proud of you.
You've ruined your body with egg rolls. Nice job. Yeah.
You now can have my respect.
All right, well,
you can eat a lot of reheated, pre-made food that's barely food and looks the same every single order, no matter what. You can't make any substitutions because it's already done before it's even ordered. Oh, you're a man. Woo! Okay.
All right, well, Brian, you've You up the ante with yours. You listed not just this item, but a trifecta of items.
Yes, I did, and I copied and pasted here the actual way Southwestern egg rolls are described on the menu, and I love the first sentence. These aren't your ordinary egg rolls.
I'm sure.
They are not. They are not.
But what Mitch failed to mention was that they're served with this beautifully sensuous avocado ranch that make the dish.
I said a nice creamy sauce.
You didn't. It's avocado ranch.
Sorry, avocado
that
ranch.
is a Midwestern delicacy with a little Mexican spice, or California, depending on where you get your avocados. But this is the triple dipper. It's appetizers for dinner. All right. Now you have to make sure you're getting the best ones. You gotta love the big mouth bites because they're just basically mini sliders. You get these beautiful Southwestern egg rolls we've already talked about, but then the honey chipotle chicken crispers. Now those come with a little honey mustard sauce. So now you're getting just a bunch of things you're dipping in sauce, but they're kind of like finger foods, but it's fun. But here's the burden that happens is when you are all sitting around the table, an argument ensues over what appetizers to order, because if everyone decides to get chicken crispers or big mouth bites, now they're ruining your order, because now you have to try and fit in your appetizers that don't double up what you're about to get for dinner. So you need to force in the mozzarella sticks or the queso, or have them get that for their appetizer, so they're not getting everything else that ruins your dinner. So you really got to power this one through to make sure you're happy.
You could have just described the algorithm for getting to space. That's how much I understood what you just said. But I think what you're saying is
it's the algorithm for blowing you to the moon.
There we go. Yes, I think what you're saying is diversity in orders is a good thing.
Correct.
Okay.
All right,
we got time to fill here. I got air to fill. All right, let me speak.
Also, only a Midwestern would say a Midwestern delicacy ranch with the spice of the Southwest and avocado, which is a creamy food.
That's as spicy as Chili's gets, though. That's legitimately what they're known. They're not known for their authentic spices.
If the Southwestern egg rolls had pickled jalapenos in them, those would blow me to the moon and keep me on the moon. I'd go to the moon, it'd blow me to Mars, and then blow me straight in the sun, and I'd burn up.
They have jalapeno jack cheese. Is that close enough?
Well, maybe pop that in the Southwestern egg rolls then. Oh, but you can't.
All right, I've had enough Chili's. I've had enough Chili's talk. I'm scoring this round. Brian, you've clearly
baby
done.
Back ribs, barbecue sauce.
I want my baby back, baby back. I want my baby back.
No more Chili's. And we're gonna get to why, because I'm gonna score the round, and then I'm going to talk about a traumatic Chili's experience and give one of you the point to earn extra 3 points. And the Uber stare down, it's going to Brian. You've done more research apparently with your vast knowledge of the Chili's menu.
I've downed a lot more lemonades, if you know what I mean.
I do. So 3 points there, but Mitch, you get the first crack at the question here.
Okay.
So I was sitting at the bar at a Chili's.
Yep.
When I learned of the death of a beloved American actor. Who was that actor?
Can I ask what city you were in when this happened?
Yes, I was in Bloomington, Illinois.
Okay. I'm gonna say Alan Rickman.
That's incorrect. I'm sorry. I said beloved American actor.
Oh shit!
So I'm gonna give you a second chance.
Oh shit! Okay. Great. Thank you. That's incredible. Thank you so much for the second chance. My second chance, I will use it very wisely, and I will say instead, it feels like only British actors are good and have been dying.
This is a beloved American actor who you personally do admire.
I personally admire them? Well,
I believe so.
Leslie Nielsen.
It was not Leslie Nielsen.
Damn it, son of a bitch.
Brian, it's over to you.
Wasn't he Canadian, actually? No, sorry.
Well, the answer was Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I do love him. Damn it. He is a hero of mine.
So nobody's getting the points there for the Chili's question. And we'll move on to the number 3 round. Mitch, it's back to you.
I just want to say he was in the greatest production of Death of a Salesman ever just before his death. Hands down, nothing will ever top it. Done. Okay. All right.
Did you see it?
I read a New York Times review about it, which is it's like I was there. It's like I was there.
Okay.
Thank you, A.O. Scott. I don't know if no, someone else is the theater critic. Okay, number 3. Here we go. We're going back into the corporate world of Cheesecake Factory, but we're going to a more upscale cousin, and this is at the Grand Lux Cafe. I'm getting the Asian chicken or the Southwestern salad. Boom!
You put a salad on the list?
Absolutely. These are the salads that are so decadent, so wonderful, so full of crunchy wonton stuff, protein, creamy dressing.
Wonton stuff.
Excuse me, crisp wonton, sorry. Rice noodles, you got lettuce, cabbage, edamame, cilantro, almonds, in a really, really sweet, delicious Asian dressing. Or if you go to the Southwestern thing, again, I love the mashup of 2 different culinary styles. You would never see these salads in an Asian restaurant or a Mexican restaurant, wouldn't happen. But here at the Grand Lux Cafe, they have the integrity and they have the courage to make these monstrosities. They pile them high. This salad makes you feel special when it arrives in front of you, ready to eat. The Southwestern salad, of course, kind of similar to the egg roll. You know, you've got corn, you've got black beans, you've got tortilla strips, cilantro, Brian's favorite spice, pepper jack cheese,
Spicy.
chicken breast. These salads are so filling. They're so delicious. And these are my favorite salads when I'm in that frame of mind. It's like probably like a Friday. And one of my old offices was right by the Grand Lux. Pop over on a Friday for lunch. Get one of these salads for lunch. It's heavy, but not too heavy, so you don't get that slug in the mid-afternoon. But you've got the protein. You've got all these delicious flavors roiling through your body, and then it sets you off in happy hour on Friday night, and you're feeling fine, and you've got a bunch of room for some quality.
What does a salad set you back?
I think these are the grand salads. It's not their starter salads. It's not their sides. Grand salads are about $16. I mean, these puppies are enormous. These puppies are enormous, and of course they're also like 1,800 calories. Like it's a giant, beautiful salad. Lots of dressing. I love a wet salad. Do not underdress my salad. That's another thing I will say. And Grand Lux Cafe never disappoints.
$16 for a salad. Oh,
you got chicken.
I don't know if there's any coming back from this.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? You got crispy wonton things. You got Napa cabbage.
Okay, crispy wonton boy, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How is this a disastrous meal? How is this a disastrous meal for you? It sounds like it's a healthy, upscale choice for you that makes you feel good about yourself afterwards. How is it a disaster?
Well, no, because if you don't eat it right, the pile of salad crumbles quickly. But if you
how do you eat a salad wrong?
Hey, sometimes you can. Sometimes salads you can eat very wrong. You know, you get a Mexican chopped salad that comes in all the ingredients separated out. You don't mix them together. That's eating a salad wrong.
It's that spicy avocado. Oof.
But if you heard what I said, this sets me up for a disastrous night. So like I have, again, the gumption and the space to make some bad decisions at the bar later. So
I see. Fair enough. Fair enough.
My philosophy
should be
is
healthy. These are not healthy at all. These are gluttonous salads. You know,
if it's got lettuce, it's healthy.
If you're going to be gluttonous, once you enter one of these chain restaurants, you're already being gluttonous. Like, are you backpedaling? Like, well, maybe just go for it. You know, you've already wasted the night. Like, you're not going to follow your diet. Like, just go for it.
But some days I just have a hankering for that mandarin orange, the crispy wonton things, the spicy chicken, the cilantro.
The wonton thing.
These damn crispy things.
The green onions all dancing together on one fork. It's a perfect bite. You get creamy, you get protein, you get crunchy, you get sweet, you get a little spicy. It is all there. These are great salads. They're an abomination of both types of cuisines, but somehow it works, and it works beautifully. So I'm sorry, but these are incredible, and you're not gonna sway me. It's not gonna happen.
That's fine.
Well, luckily I was the one who was supposed to be swayed today. So Brian, take your shot at swaying the host.
You know what? Let's be objective here, because I know, Nathan, you're not a big veggies guy, but put that away for right now. Put that away, Maybe you're not a big crispy wontons things guy. Put that away for now, This is a good dish.
Here lies Nathan Hennenfent. He wasn't a crispy wonton things guy. Oh, boy. Number 3?
Yes, Brian, please.
I'm winning this. Don't even try, Brian. Just don't even say anything, because I'm winning this round. Don't even worry about it.
That's fine. My chain for my number 3 began in the 19th century.
Wow.
This is a chain known as the Pappas family. And I am talking about Pappadeaux, the seafood restaurant. And there's only a few of these throughout the country, but they are technically a chain. There are a lot of them in Texas, some of them in the Southwest. The one out here is in Westmont, I believe. But at Pappadeaux, they have the Pappadeaux platter. All right, this is what comes on their seafood platter. 2 fried catfish fillets, shrimp, oysters, stuffed shrimp, and stuffed crab with extra fried shrimp and extra crawfish. That is what it says. You get this, and then it's just extra. That is what is in the Pappadeaux platter. There is enough salt on this thing to refill a desalinated North Atlantic. It is so salty, and it's so much food, and it's kind of forcing you to eat it because kind of what you mentioned in your number 5. It's horrible the next day. It's seafood. You can't really reheat deep fried seafood. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But this thing is gargantuan. And I remember we saw it come out once. We went there because we got a gift card for the family. And my mom was like, they got deep fried alligator there. We got to try it. I was like, okay, fine. Let's do it. Cool. Tastes like chicken. Got it. Mm-hmm. Now, what's that giant platter this guy is carrying out to table 9? I want that. Find that on the menu and get it. And it is a monstrosity. They give you like a trough of tartar sauce with the side of it. I think they give you like 4 full lemons to squeeze all over everything. It's amazing. If this place only had bottomless strawberry lemonade, it'd be perfect. Let me
what you said there's some of these in Texas.
How do you stuff shrimp?
Why Westmont?
I don't know why it's there. I have no idea why it's there. It's like
random
right
placing
off of like 83 just south of Cermak and just south of Oakbrook. It is like kind of out in the burbs there, but like there's one in Phoenix, there's one in Albuquerque, there's ton like in Dallas. It's like those weird like Maggiano's type chains, but not as many locations. So it is such a strange place.
Also,
and it's
Brian,
huge.
Brian, how do you stuff shrimp? Shrimp are so small. How do you stuff them with anything? You get like...
Well, how do you stuff an oyster? You
cheese?
Take it out and you put it back. That's...
Well, no.
You slice and you butterfly a shrimp and you put some breading and cheese and stuff in it and like a twice baked potato. If it's a big enough prawn, you can butterfly it open and stuff it with whatever you want, really.
So they actually on the menu, they're just like, you get this, you get item A, and then you also get extra item A. Like why don't you just say you get an extra big portion of shrimp? Or
so there are 3 platters in a row. There's the something, I can't remember what it is. Then there's the seafood platter, and then there's the Pappadeaux platter. And the Pappadeaux platter just says seafood platter plus extra fried shrimp and crawfish.
That is the laziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What does this set you back?
It's like a prize pack. You get the prize above, but you also get these 2 things.
What does this set you back? The full extravaganza experience.
I think this is over $50. This is quite.
I should fucking hope so. If you're eating seafood,
Yeah.
my God, you don't want to eat the seafood if it's under $50 and you get that much. It's probably
it
not
is
great.
a big dish, but the catfish is delicious. The shrimp is good.
Did you finish it?
No.
I
took it home and it was not good reheated. That's how I learned.
Yuck.
The stuffed crab was like a soft shell crab too, and I'm not a soft shell crab guy. I don't like that texture. It's really gross. but like I love seafood, but it looks like the entire plate is just breaded. There's no variety in like,
Just
hey,
brown.
these shrimp aren't deep. How about some grilled shrimp next to the deep fried catfish?
Yeah.
Or obviously the crawfish are being boiled. That's fine. You didn't have to deep fry those too. Like everything. It's just a plate of brown.
Maybe
Plate
some like
of brown.
butter poached lobster, or I did come across this place in my research, and I was curious about it. I've never been there, so I couldn't list it obviously. But I saw on their website their tables are all like reinforced because the tartar troughs like hook onto the side of the table. So it's
they're
like a planter box. You can just kind of like
it's a full planter box. It's about 3 gallons of tartar sauce, and you can actually just scoop it up by hand.
Yeah,
plop it on like an ice cream scoop and really eat
trough. Any restaurant that has you eat out of the same apparatus that a pig eats out of, that is classy.
We should go. There should be
a pig eats out of, or Cubs fans piss into at a ball game.
This should be the place we celebrate our 1-year Über Cinco anniversary.
I mean,
are you see this monstrosity?
Are you trying to kill me? I have a shellfish allergy. If I walked into this place, I would die within 5 minutes. I couldn't breathe the air in the parking lot.
It's worth it. You gotta see the plates.
I would be dead before I walked in the door. And do the classic rule of Über Cinco, playing to the host, Brian, this sounds gross and it would murder me, so you're getting 1 point. And then, I mean, Mitch, $16 salad, just 1 point. Everybody's getting 1 point. We're moving on. Mitch, you're number 4.
My number 2.
Or
actually.
number two.
Yes,
my apologies.
Yes. No problem. My number 2 is a classic American dish. It has put this certain business on the map and will keep them there forever. Orange chicken from Panda Express. Created in the late 80s, orange chicken is, again, all these items, abomination of the original cuisine. But damn it, on those days when you're feeling just like a little depressed and you're at work and you're staring at your computer screen and you don't want to do one more TPS report, or you just got an email from someone up above who didn't read all the previous emails and just like had the exact same idea that the intern had, but guess what? They get to have the idea. Maybe it's a little cloudy out, a little bit of rain. You're going to Panda Express by yourself and you're not getting the pint, you're getting the quart of orange chicken. Noodles, rice, no thank you. You're getting the noodles. Maybe a little, is it broccoli on the side too or something? And you're going to sit there and and there's barely any chicken in there, right? I mean, it's mainly just breading and like a little bit of like a spice. Just a little bit of spice, but it's like a whisper. It's mainly just that delicious syrupy orange sauce. And it puts me in a certain mood. It puts me in a real funky mood because I feel great doing it and I feel bad doing it and I feel great again at the end. And then I feel awful afterwards. But guess what? It's so good when it comes off the line. And maybe you fake like you haven't had it before, so you have to sample it first. You know, they have the samples out. And you're like, what is
unscrupulous.
this? Huh? What is this? And they're like, orange chicken. You're like, orange chicken, not lemon chicken. Orange chicken. Wow. Oh, yeah,
That's amazing.
I'll give that a shot. And they're like, oh, do you want like a pint? That's what everyone gets. They're like, no, I'll take a quart. Actually, do the half gallon. I'll do a half gallon orange chicken. Thank you very much. And just
can you order a gallon and they have to force a little orange chicken in like a milk jug from the top, one by one?
I just take out my side knife and just cut off the top of the jug and just So
don't worry, I'll super glue it back together. Just fill her up.
You guys have all been there. I think actually we've been at Panda Express together in the Woodfield Mall or whatever it is on Michigan Avenue. That mall there, and I think you guys have seen me eat a lot of orange chicken. We probably ate a lot of orange chicken.
Water
together.
Tower place?
No. The one that's almost to the like just north of the river, next to Nordy's.
Oh, I just call that the Nordy Rack Food Court. It's not called that, but it should be.
And like it always makes me like irascible or something, you know, like I'm in like a weird mood after it too. Like, you know, if anyone steps to me, I'll give them the what for, you know, that kind of thing. So orange chicken is dangerous, but it's delicious.
I think
irascible Mitch after orange chicken. That's you're like maybe after like a few Long Island iced teas, yes, but orange chicken.
Sorry, I drink the entire time while eating orange chicken. I am chugging Mai Tais with it. That's what, yeah.
I think, Mitch, you'd be surprised to see it, how many brick and mortar Panda Express locations there are now. in the suburbs. When Panda Express expanded out of the food court, that changed the game for me. When I started seeing Panda's Express just pop up everywhere, I'm like, holy shit, this orange chicken revolution is everywhere.
Yeah.
You said brick and mortar. I thought for a second that originally they were just an online only thing. You order and then like an Amazon truck brings you your orange chicken and slides it through your door or like just jams it in the door, like the door handle, and takes a picture of it and sends you and like, hey, how was your delivery? Rated on a 1 to 5 stars.
But just think about it. The TikTok generation doesn't know that Panda Express started in food courts. That's something they will never know.
Oh, that's so shocking. Oh, man.
I am just laying down infotainment,
We need to do a whole episode on that. Let's do a whole episode.
I didn't know that either, which I guess makes me part of the TikTok generation, which means in a way I might still be cool. All right, Brian, you're number 2.
This is the carrot cake at Gibson's. And the reason I say this is a 3-layer cake. This piece that they give you, reasonably priced, I might add, at $16, is a quarter of a cake. It is literally a quarter of a cake that could feed 6 people. That's how big it is.
Someone's making cake all the goddamn time over there.
Oh, they got to make so many cakes. I have no idea. They must have a cake factory next to the cheesecake factory that ships these bad boys in. Because I'm talking like a good quarter piece of cake, and it is 3 layers high. So you're looking at probably about a foot high quarter of a freaking circle.
A foot high? No
about
way.
A foot high. Yeah.
No freaking way.
We'll say maybe 9 inches. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. At least 9 inches tall cake.
How do you? That's
Brian has a history of exaggerating things about being 9 or 12 inches tall.
I gotta. It's like once you really step back and take a look at it, and you just kind of, I use it to measure the cake, and that's how I know it's accurate.
Brian, put a playing card next to the piece of cake and take a photo, and then share it with us. Okay, let's just.
As soon as we are done recording, I am sharing a photo of this piece of cake with you.
Okay.
Because it's not just the carrot cake. You can get the triple chocolate cake or the ice cream macadamia nut, whatever it is. Same size. Their cakes are huge. You get this thing. Sometimes we go there, get like a really, really stiff drink, order this dessert and share it with everybody. And you're just pounding just stiff booze and wearing it down with just sweet treats. It's awesome.
That actually sounds pretty nice. Okay, can you tell me more about this carrot cake? Because I recently made one, and I consider myself a carrot cake aficionado a little bit. So tell me about the cake.
Thick cream cheese frosting that's not too sweet.
Okay.
Big, probably maybe like a dried date or something in there. Okay. Big pieces of shredded carrot.
Okay.
Walnuts? Yeah, you're getting
or
walnuts. Nuts. Big chunks of walnut.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
I think you would even be impressed with the amount of extra ingredients that are visible when you cut into this piece of cake.
Okay, excellent. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Good.
It is actually served with a steak knife, because that's how you need to serve it to everyone else at the table.
I like that. A piece of cake with a steak knife at a steakhouse. That's kind of, it's like they're carrying the theme through. They've committed to something. I can respect that.
Yeah, you just spent $40 on a 6-ounce filet. You might as well be able to get a nice piece of cake for $16.
Sounds like they need a trowel with that slice. Just, give them that,
All right, I'm scoring out round number 2 here. Mitch, the orange chicken Panda Express. I feel like that is classic. I think that epitomizes the spirit of what we were going for on this episode perfectly. You're getting 3 points. Yep. Brian, I hope that if I'm at a Gibson's, I've had my fill of actual steak without wanting to order a quarter of a cake for $16. So I'm only going to give you 2 points, as delicious as it sounds. And with that, we're going to move on to Mitch's number 1.
Yeah. And in my classic, one more comment as I go forward. If you order orange chicken during like an industrious shopping trip, it's going to ruin the trip. Don't do it. You have to go to the food court just to get the orange chicken. That's it. And maybe stink eye some people. Okay. All right. So my number 1, here we go. This restaurant doesn't technically go by this trademarked name anymore for this dish, but it's still on the menu. I am going back to the classic. It hooked me. This is TGI Fridays, Jack Daniel's Sesame chicken strips.
Oh, I almost put the chicken sandwich on my list, but they don't call it Jack Daniel's anymore. I just learned that.
these are so delicious. They're sticky. The Jack Daniel's sauce is amazing. The strips again are like mostly breading. There's some chicken in there, but like I think the breading's a lot better than what was the other thing we were talking about? That it was all breading.
My fish.
Oh, the fish. I guess maybe that was. I like obviously the sesames. You have some green onions on there, and I fell in love with this dish because I would pop over to TGI Fridays during March Madness early in my working career, and this was a saucy lunch. They're not too heavy. Still, of course, caloric, 1,500 calories and 6 strips, whatever. This is a working lunch, I'll say. So you're having a martini, you're having a Mai Tai, you're having a margarita, you're having maybe a Jack Daniel's lemonade spritzer, maybe something like that. That sounds kind of good. And you're enjoying these chicken strips.
What was your office like? That sounds amazing.
I mean, I'm basically a bartender, so I can come up with great cocktails off the top of my head. But I would love eating the strips. I would eat the strips, have a couple cocktails, watch some NCAA March Madness, and then go back to the office feeling good. No one would notice, of course, because I was very sly. And, at least I think so. I would have to spell check my emails in the afternoon. But the crunch, because they use different breading, I think it's kind of like a panko action kind of going on. It's a little crispier, a little crunchier. And they just found that exact right flavor with the sauce. It hits all my sweet centers deliciously because it's mixed with obviously the savoriness of the chicken, and it's just a perfect little dish. And it would work as a whole lunch for me, even though they're technically appetizers. That's my whole lunch right there, and I love it. So, and also I love they used to shred cabbage and put it on the plate with it as well. And I love the cabbage. You pick it up afterwards with the sauce. Very nice little palate cleanser at the end.
Nice.
That's my number one.
I think TGI Fridays is, out of all the chain restaurants that were kind of under the umbrella today, has got to be the most classic one. Where, I mean, I remember I went on a date when I was a senior in high school in little old Roseville, Illinois. We had to drive to Galesburg, which was 26 miles away. And I went to TGI Fridays with this girl. And without anybody's prior knowledge, at the table next to me was a double date of 4 of my best friends who all happened to be dating. And then that was to my right. And then to my left was my basketball coach and a girl I'd never seen before. And it was like, that was our idea of a fun night out in the big city of Galesburg, population 35,000, biggest industry, a maximum security prison. And it was, I remember I had the barbecue burger. And I think 6 of the 8 of us involved had the barbecue burger that night. So that's my TGI Fridays memory. Brian, over to you with your number one.
Wait, hold on. I have a couple more things. This is obviously Fridays inspired Office Space. Tchotchkes, flingers, pieces of flair.
And waiting. Don't forget waiting.
Waiting.
Yes.
There you go. Also, it's in my favorite movie ever. Brian Flanagan, Tom Cruise, Cocktail, when he meets his mentor. That is a TGI fucking Fridays. So,
he should have known better not to take financial and career advice from somebody he met at a TGI Fridays.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, but Coughlin's Law, when the toes get a tapping, that's when the drinks start a flowing and the tips come a bopping or something, whatever it is. Okay. That's it for me. I need to watch that movie again. Thank you very much.
Oh, boy. All right, number
Brian,
one.
take us home, please.
I can't wait to take us home because my number one is the reason why I wanted to do this episode to begin with. Wow. This is my number one because it tastes the best and it makes me feel the worst after. There's so much happiness in it, and then the aftermath is terrible. This is an American classic that takes me to Italy. This is the Olive Garden tour of Italy.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yep.
I love their menu says that they have 3 OG classics, which stands for Olive Garden, all on one plate. Chicken parm, lasagna classico, and our signature fettuccine alfredo. All 3 on one plate. Now, The amount of time spent on the toilet after this meal is horrendous. Because it is carb, and carb.
Breading.
Doused in cream and meat and tomato sauce. With a cutlet that's been deep fried. More carbs. You take all of this and it just blocks up like a piece of glue inside of you. That's what you're eating. And it's not even just this meal that makes it horrendous. It's all the damn I ate my weight in salad and breadsticks before this meal came. So
that's where they get you. That's where they get you. That's where they get you.
I still wanted that damn tour of Italy, and they bring it out, and I clean that plate. All right. CPC, baby, clean plate club. That thing was so, like, I could have licked that thing. I had no extras and all the breadsticks I ate. It was a masterful performance, if I do say so myself.
Have you
and
ever
this happened a month and a half ago in Seattle when it was the only restaurant that was open when we landed. So we went to Olive Garden and I had the tour of Italy after the worst flight of my life. And I felt good for 90 minutes. Mm-hmm. And it was all downhill from there.
That is... all right. I have some thoughts on both of these.
Yep.
And I got to say I'm very impressed. Because...
Wow, thank you.
These chain restaurants, they mean something to all of us, I think. As Americans. Our duty as American citizens is to consume.
I'm proud.
And Mitch... Spend. You tickled my fancy there with the lunch break NCAA tournament at one of these. That is where you go for the chain. Nobody mentioned it, but the classic NCAA basketball tournament is the Buffalo Wild Wings, but there's not one on Michigan Avenue. So TGI Fridays, your next best bet. Mm-hmm. And then Brian, the Olive Garden. I mean, people, it is a secret shame of mine that I don't get a chance to say out loud, but you have made me feel safe to say that I fucking love Olive Garden. I don't care who knows it. I like eating at Olive Garden. I don't care. Yes. I know it's a complete knockoff. I love it. Both of you hit the nail on the head for the number one. Everybody's getting 3 points. And that means, as of now, remember, there's one more bonus round to go. As of now, Mitch has 10, Brian has 12. But who can answer the pivotal bonus question? And Mitch, you're going to get the first chance at this. So you can win the game right now.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
You can win the game right now.
I'm focused. I love pressure situations.
And I was in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois, where University of Illinois is located, at a chain restaurant watching University of Illinois play. I was very annoying to everybody because there was one TV that was in view of me that was like 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the TVs in the entire restaurant. So I was reacting. I was like, yeah! And then, and then 2 seconds later, everybody else would see D Brown's 3-pointer go in or, whatever.
That
everybody
never happens at TGI Fridays because they have great cable and all the TVs are synced. Keep going.
Well, this is, you only reinforce my point is the fact is this is a chain restaurant. And that night I ate, I believe it was a bacon cheeseburger and I got horrendous food poisoning and it was awful. No. And I couldn't go to the parties I was scheduled to go to. Mm-hmm. What was that chain restaurant? We have not mentioned it in this show.
Applebee's.
Incorrect.
Oh, damn it. Wait, hold on. Penalty kick, freaking sudden death. Here we go.
Yeah, we'll go back. We go back and forth. I don't care. Brian?
I'm going to go with Portillo's.
Incorrect. Back to you, Mitch.
Damn it.
Okay. You said a bacon cheeseburger. Is that correct?
I believe that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Red Robin.
Incorrect. Brian?
Sonic Drive-In.
No.
Shit. Fuddruckers.
Incorrect.
Damn it. Okay.
Hardee's.
Nope.
This is a sit-down chain, right? Not a fast food?
It's a sit-down chain in the Applebee's TGI Fridays family.
I'm going to say Texas Roadhouse.
Incorrect.
Damn it. Time to flex the chain restaurant knowledge, Brian. Come on.
What else do we have? We've burned through them all.
I'm hoping it's out of business because I never ate there again. I'm going to Google this.
Smart. Quite smart.
I have no idea what else.
Going.
What are we missing?
I've got some more here, ready to roll here.
Go for it. I'm gonna
Outback.
Oh no!
Damn it.
Longhorn.
Nope.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
No.
Okay.
What else would serve a burger?
A cheeseburger That's in Champaign, Illinois. Seems like it's maybe cool enough for people to actually go there and wouldn't go to like a local spot too at the same time.
You're assuming that me and my family and friends are cool.
Okay,
Maybe you should dial that back a little bit.
I know. It's oh god, it's not Shake Shack. It's it's the one Fat Burger. No, oh god, it's not Fat Burger.
No, it's not.
Meatheads.
No.
Maggiano's.
No.
I don't think P.F. Chang serves burgers.
Yard House.
Cheddar's.
No. 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 Oh my
Shit.
god.
What is,
This is a disaster.
Dan Blankley's Burger Hut.
Red Lobster.
No.
Did they take you to a Red Lobster?
Are you guys ready to admit defeat?
What is it? What is it? Yeah.
Golden Corral.
The answer is
Old Country Buffet.
nope.
Oh, dang it.
It was Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesday! Oh! Nobody goes to Ruby Tuesdays. No wonder. Oh, my God.
I love Ruby Tuesday.
What? Oh, it's a pilot. Ruby
really love
Tuesday
it,
is the fire inside the dumpster outside of a Chili's. That's what a Ruby Tuesday is.
It was the first and only time I went to a Ruby Tuesday. Well, Brian, you won 12-10, and also do I feel like I've gained 10 pounds during this episode.
We interrupt this Über Cinco with a No Hit Sherlock 7th inning stretch. I lost my shirt.
The Sherlocks came out swinging with an in-the-park home run from Zach to kick off a short-lived lead against TTF. An acronym so childish, we'll say it. This team, what a roster of douche nozzles.
Instead of watching from our pandemic-safe feeds in our fully stocked bunkers, I actually attended this week's game. And with dust in my hair and tears in my eyes, I watched as the Sherlocks fell to TTF in a 6-1 defeat.
Retired MLB ump turned suburban park district shill after what we assume was a messy divorce and severe alimony burden made bad call after bad call, swinging them all for TTF. God damn it.
Coach Sean cracked his clipboard over his knee as he went to bat for his team. Fists flew and the hero Sherlock landed 4 jabs and an uppercut before he was ejected from the game. The rest of the team carried him to the ambulance as they sung for He's a Jolly Good Fellow.
Stay tuned for next week's recap where the Sherlocks compete in the anti-penultimate game of the season. Now back to the show.
So we're going to go on to my Fast 5, the top 5 secretaries of all time. Number 5, Boutros Ghali, 6th Secretary General of the United Nations. I know nothing of Boutros Ghali's career or achievements, but I wasn't going to deprive myself of the opportunity to say Boutros Ghali. Boutros Ghali. Fun fact, his first name is Boutros and his surname is Boutros Ghali. It's hyphenated. That's true.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Number 4 is Moneypenny, M. Secretary from the James Bond movies. In the original Bond films, Moneypenny was played by Lois Maxwell, the matronly yet flirtatious gatekeeper of the office of MI6. Was the innuendo-laced teasing between her and 007 truly unrequited attraction, or was she just a playfully sarcastic foil that could keep Bond on his toes? In the Daniel Craig era, she has been reimagined to be a former field agent played by, Naomi Harris. Ooh, I'm getting the vapors. So she's a field agent, a badass field agent who somehow gets, air quotes, promoted to answering the phone and sending outgoing mail. That's how we treat women in the service? Yeah, that's just the forward-thinking feminism the Bond franchise has been known for. Number 3, the rotating secretaries of Murphy Brown. The long-running joke throughout the classic 90s sitcom was that the title character couldn't keep his secretary employed. A new one showed up every week. The characters Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld and Carol Kester from the Bob Newhart Show each made crossover appearances as candidates. Other favorites to spend an episode in the hot seat were John F. Kennedy Jr., Paul Rubens, Sally Field, and Bette Midler. Not exactly lightweights. Pretty good stuff for a running joke. Number 2 is Mrs. Kim Long, Roosevelt High School secretary my senior year. Mrs. Long had been one of our PE teachers for 1 year in junior high, and then senior year, she was running the show in the office of the high school. She helps students play pranks on each other, help play pranks on the administration and other teachers. She looked the other way if I ducked out at lunchtime or just left school early in the middle of the day, whenever. She was our biggest fan at sporting events and any extracurricular activities. This is all true. There's no joke here. We just all really love Mrs. Long. And number one, Secretary of All-Time is, of course, Secretariat, the Big Red Horse.
I knew that was coming.
Big Red Horse, the
horse.
$6 million syndicate, the 1973 Triple Crown winner. He still holds the record time in each race. The greatest racehorse who ever lived. Straight up facts. And that's this week's edition of Über Cinco. Joining me from UBK Towers in Berwyn, Illinois has been
Brian Ernst.
And from the Southport Corridor in Chicago,
Mitch Brinkman.
And I'm Nathan Hennenfent. And as Bizbear always says, make sure to write your closing joke. Auf Wiedersehen and adios.
You've just listened to Über Cinco, a production of UBK Studios. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your fine podcasts from.
If you like what you hear and want to support the show, please visit our Patreon site at patreon.com/UBK Studios. Every little bit helps us keep the lights on and the bill collectors at bay.
Keep tabs on us on all the social media at UBK Studios, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see that we really are just a bunch of good Midwestern boys.